During the third millennia, in a strange place known as the United States of America, a war was brewing. Brainwashed Marxist idiots in colleges across the nation clashed with equally brainwashed, anime-obsessed neo-Nazis. Starbucks windows were shattered, Dodge Challengers were totaled, and Muslims realized that rental vans were cheaper than plane tickets. Skinny, anemic millennials from coast to coast were hospitalized with life-changing injuries such as sprains and first-degree burns. And the heroic knights of 4chan rose up to defeat Shia LaBeouf and drive the evil villain into a descent towards a madness the likes from which he would never recover. As the enemies of freedom destroy the cities that raised them, as America begins to resemble an Iron Maiden album come to life, two heroes have risen up to fight against the culture of utter madness and restore sanity the only way they know how, by refusing to take any of it seriously. Mersh.
And I said, hey, oi, let's chop your penis off. Oi, can I have me penis back? Why do you have dreadlocks, you white oppressor?
Royce Lopez.
Always be aborting. Always be aborting. Always be aborting.
Breaking news.
Breaking news,
You're
guys.
hearing it only on our show first. Apparently Donald Trump has worked out a deal. He will get the wall. Unfortunately, it's going to be a rock climbing wall.
Oh, no! The other side's going to be a slide. You climb the wall up and you just
lands into a nice, clean, chlorinated pool. And then you immediately get a welfare check. Fucking A.
Oh, shit. He was a boy, he went to girl, now he wants to be a boy again.
Oh, God, just stay a girl if you're going to be this indecisive.
I think Caitlyn Jenner's a handsome woman with a great penis. Look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with trannies. I just don't want to put that one's cock in my mouth.
Bound forever by their mutual love of smoking marijuana, Simpsons references and affection towards Alex Jones, these two men have joined forces to bring you uncut news and opinions directly from the belly of the beast. Saving Western civilization one childish dick joke at a time, here they are, your new heroes of the Imperium, Mersh and Royce Lopez.
Welcome aboard, folks. It's Wednesday, but really it's Friday, and that's what means everything to us.
God.
Revenge of the Sis, Mike Sheely, Royce Lopez. Now, normally, you have like the 3-day week, right? You come in fucking swinging at the end. You come in hard.
Yeah, fuck
give it your all because you got 2 days of, of shit you're not gonna do. Not us. We are phoning it in, folks.
That's correct.
We are gonna. If there was enough room on the console, I'd put my feet up on it.
We would take naps.
I would just nap like an Epstein guard and just let everybody do whatever they want. But welcome aboard, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy early Thanksgiving. Huh?
I mean, I'm honestly, the older I've gotten, the more I try to enjoy these holidays. And
I'm still a Christmas guy.
I love Christmas more, but I still enjoy Thanksgiving.
It depends. You know what I mean? Thanksgiving is hit or miss.
Hit or miss. Yeah.
Christmas is always like, as much of a cynical piece of shit as I am, even I try to...
You're cynical? You never bring that up.
But even I try to be like, I get very angry at people who try to ruin Christmas. Like, I'm one of those.
Oh, me too. I've been that way too. Yeah. I'm with you 100%.
You're trying to, because even I try to get into Christmas, you know what I mean, with the little songs and that's the one time a year. If you try, even I bite my tongue around kids and think, you know what I mean? Shut the fuck up. Thanksgiving's nice, but I'm not as militant as I am about don't fuck with Christmas, dude. I had some great Christmases, had some terrible ones. But all in all, don't ruin that shit. But yeah, Thanksgiving is.
I like Thanksgiving.
I like it.
It's nice. This whole season, I like when it's nice and cool out. This is my. And listen, 12, 13 years ago, it was completely different. And I've brought this up many, many times on the show, but I was just like, edgelord atheist, man. Like, what even is Christmas, man? Like, it wasn't that bad. But, it was that like, oh, who cares? And then you're like, I don't know. I like the Grinch. You know, your heart just softens.
Even when I was an edgy atheist, Christmas to me was always like, hey, this is mostly for the fucking kids. Like, could you just be Christmassy a little bit, please?
Not to be confused with Epstein's Island, which was mostly for fucking kids.
Exactly.
So I'm just saying, you know.
I think my favorite Thanksgiving, thinking about Thanksgiving, my favorite Thanksgiving memory is two of my relatives. I'm trying to be very careful here. Who may or may not have both been of the law enforcement and a variety. Getting drunk and wrestling, but not angrily. It wasn't like a fight where it was like a big scene, but it was one of those alpha male wrestling things where both people got too carried away and they were drunk. And I recall one of their service revolvers falling out and hitting the floor, like with a bunch of kids around. It didn't go off or anything. But I specifically remember them like body slamming each other into a coffee table and a fucking service revolver spilling out onto a floor.
And that man was Anthony Cumia.
I just remember all the aunts and everybody, stop it! And people grabbing it. And I remember that. That was fun.
Man, mine was definitely not like that. I remember when I was a little shit, right? So like, I think I was 13 or 14, whatever age I was when the N64 came out. Mm-hmm. So my brother was 9 at the time, and then that's all I was asking for. That's all I was asking for was I want an N64, I want an N64, I want an N64. So I wake up Christmas morning, and obviously, you know, at this point, 13, obviously, the years have already gone by before believing in Santa, so it was, you know. But, you know, I kept it up, obviously, for my little brother, who's still 9, was still kind of believing in it.
See, that's how they train you. They
Yeah.
train you to be a good liar in life.
Yeah.
They train you how to play along with your parents, with your younger siblings.
So I remember asking for one, then I go down, and then, you know, we all get cards. Like, we had cards. We opened the cards, and inside each card was, like, an annual pass for Disney World. And this is the first time we ever got annual passes for Disney World. And this is, again... This is back when my parents really weren't that well off when I was younger. You know, that's just we lived near. I was in Hialeah every day. Like it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't living big life. So that was a big deal. They got us these annual passes, and I remember just being such a fucking ungrateful piece of shit. I got it, and I was like, all right. And then I remember my dad saying, maybe he doesn't understand what these are. Like, no, you go to Disney anytime. But my mind, so greedy when I was fucking, what a piece of shit I was. I know, but look, I'll be honest.
Kids are pieces of shit, though.
I wanted the N64, and I go, okay. And I put it down, and I just stood there. My dad looks at me, and he goes, hey, asshole, look behind the Christmas tree. They got me the N64.
Oh, see, so
but
now,
they hit. Oh,
so
dude,
now you're a piece of shit.
I still in the shower, but I'm by myself. You know when you're by yourself in the shower, you start thinking of cringe things you did. And I was a kid, right?
They set you up, but still,
they did set me up. By the way, that was entrapment. They hid the N64 behind the TV, behind the Christmas tree, so I couldn't see it. And I go, and when I saw the box, I was happy, but then also felt miserable.
Yeah, no, you're a piece of shit.
Oh,
no. You should feel terrible.
Oh, no.
And you still played it that day, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Pilot Wings is what it came with. It's what it came with.
I know.
It was a terrible game.
Very funny.
But I remember going, oh, no, what a piece of shit. And I tried to go hug them, and I felt so... God, it still makes me feel awkward.
See, now, when I was 13 or 14, my mom got me a PC. Got me my own PC. That was like the dream back then. Fucking 244 megahertz of blazing hot Pentium 2 speed. I mean, Pentium 2, bro. It was twice as good as Pentium 1. Wow. That shit was that was like probably the most next level gift ever. Because that was like freedom of, although that was still back, it wasn't like unlimited freedom because you still had to like do dial up. It should cost on your phone bill, right? But it was still like, you know, you had that in Duke Nukem. It was pretty dope. And you had
you had to type Duke.exe to make it run from the MS-DOS prompt.
That was, and then I went on AOL and I had all the programs that you could like boot people off and like.
I had those. What were they called? Like they were like, you know, it made you feel like a little hacker man.
One of them used to, when you opened it up, it played Hell on Earth by Mobb Deep.
Nice.
I swear to God. Remember you'd always open them and it would play like a song?
Yeah.
Somebody looked up. So there's got to be a wiki that has that, right? Where I could go down memory lane that has like some kind of like transcribing of early internet history where they talk about all the damn.
Dude, I love that
all
stuff.
the little hacking program, little scripts that they would make.
I was watching this week a couple episodes of there's weird things that are on the internet.
Punters, exactly. There you go.
Punters,
you
yes.
Off?
Dude, I felt like such a hacker bro.
Oh, that was great, man.
Yeah. It was. I was going through some old. There's full episodes of Entertainment Tonight up on YouTube from '84 and '87. Dude, watching those things is fucking fantastic. Because my new thing that I've kind of been obsessed about, and I'm not talking about it on Daywave, but is how Andrew Klavan was like, it's so much better now. It's so much better now. Oh my God, it's so much better now. And now in my mind, all I do is I point out when you go, for example, somebody made a video of Black Friday, right, which is coming up this week.
Which, by the way, has really come to really be a situation where it had a name, and its name wasn't literal. And as time has moved on, the name has become literal.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Because remember when it was like, there was a time when Black Friday was hectic, but it wasn't as even when we were kids, right? Like there was some. And again, this is always with me with the media. The media kind of shapes these traditions by hyping it every year, so people go out and start imitating the year before. When we were kids, people would be ruder. They'd be more rude and they'd be really pissy. And, your parents, if they went out on a fucking 2 days before Christmas to get you that last, one item that somebody was holding in a store for them, they came back like they'd been in Vietnam. Like, remember the scene in Platoon when Charlie Sheen's coming in all fresh-faced and there's
like that Tickle Me Elmo year.
Just looking at him with a 1,000-yard stare. Yeah, so, but it got, like, now it's to the point where it's just people using, I can't say, but a certain something out. Let's say they're acting out.
How about acting the fool? We could say acting the fool, right?
Sure.
Acting the fool?
Acting out in public. And it seems to be a very, shifting demographic.
I actually saw a video, and I'm trying to see if I can find it here, but it was a video of Black Friday.
Yeah, it's called Black Friday. It's when
1984.
That's when people get they tickle me Elmos and stab each other with machetes.
Like someone put a comparison of Black Friday in 1984 and compared it to Black Friday like in I think 2013 or 2000 something. It is, dude, it's so sad because in 1984 you just see the reporters out there and they're like, oh, you had to come a little bit early? Yeah, I had to come a little bit early. It was really hard to find parking. And then you go into, fuck you, motherfucker, boom, boom, fucking throw it. Yeah. Here, I didn't find the original.
It used to be, remember there would be people, there'd be like this old footage of people, hi, this is, we're out here with Sally Johnson. We're in Des Moines, Iowa. How are you, Sally? Oh, I'm good. It's pretty cold and, we've had to wait a while online tonight, but I really just wanted to get my daughter the present she wanted. Everybody's all happy and like, it's willing, it's good for the kids and they've been good this year. So, I wanted to, and now it's, yeah, you're right. It's just people are getting shot, and you're like, Jesus Christ.
This is
for a fucking TV that's last year's model. It's 10% off. Relax.
So this is 1984 Black Friday. We'll do a little comparison here, but this is 1984.
On the traditional start of the Christmas shopping season, Chattanoogan's flooded area shopping centers. And merchants were ready with shelves stocked to capacity with items they hope will be big sellers this year. And which items will go over well with consumers? Merchants we talked with today say shoppers will pick up the usuals, ladies' sportswear, sweaters, and of course cosmetics. And what would Christmas be like without toys? Well, mothers, get your pocketbooks ready. Your youngsters may want computers this year.
And
I know we say that a lot joking, but it kind of is though, right? Like, it really is. It's fucking sad. And then you have people like Andrew Klavan going, "It's so much better now."
Fuck you, boomer.
Everything is so much better now. Yeah, let me show you. Let me show you how much better it was. This is how much better it is. Let's look at
some new Black Friday footage.
Well, Black Friday. This is from last year because Black Friday is not till Friday. But
okay,
we do.
Well, obviously, but I mean, this is newish.
This is from last year. These are
new era.
Somebody was able to put together a 23-minute video because of the well. Bro, everything's so much better now. Andrew Clavin is right.
Well, you know, there's another factor to be pointed out here. Retail used to be everywhere.
Yeah.
And now there's, 3 stores to go
Walmart, Target, yeah, Best Buy.
And, you know, these very urban, high-population areas, they're turning this into some sort of New World Order-y cattle call. Not by design. I'm not saying like, yeah, dude, they're trying it, but even not by design, maybe by mistake. We've had Amazon wipe out retail. There's no more choices. The malls are dead. Remember, bro, how many fucking malls did you grow up around?
A bunch.
Like there
At
was
least
like
3 around my
there was
around
like
my area.
7 where I lived. Not right by my house, but
in
within
area.
a 30 to 40 minute drive, there was 7 malls and outlet stores and all this shit. And now it's just this. So you do have normal people like me and Royce who just go in there on like, Christmas Eve. I forgot to get some stuff. I gotta go in there.
Right.
And you're walking in there, but you're getting like there's only one place for everybody to go. So the degenerates and the reprobates and people with guns on them and fucking people with mental disease, like everybody's just getting shoveled into this place. And then this happens, and it's like, ugh, it's like prison, dude.
It is, and it's really bad. And it you know,
remember the mall? You'd go and you get a fucking Italian ice. Walk around with your parents at the mall.
There'd be a lot of stores.
You know, and your mom would look at a couple blouses. Oh, wow, look. It says, buy 2, get 1 free. Got to get this for work, you know? And you're like, and you're bored and you jump it. Now it's like you're sitting there having your Italian ice. Your mom goes in, picks out a couple blouses, and then you're kidnapped by some kind of fucking pedophile who's also a cannibal. And then nobody can find you because there's a riot in the mall over a pair of Jordans. Like there's, you know what I mean? And it's just, who would go anymore? Just get Amazon Prime. Bezos, you win.
Yeah, at this point, I have to.
Just send the TV.
Yeah, no, you're right. At this point, just fuck it. Just order. I mean, I guess, what are you going to do? That or get killed. You know, that or get stabbed. And, you know, I was saying, like, if you guys, there's some people that are listening, oh, yeah, Black Friday is really bad. It's, no matter where you are in this country, Black Friday is not worse than it is in Orlando. And there's a reason why where we live, I think it's the worst Black Friday. Because we already have a lot of people that live in Orlando, right? A lot of people. There's a lot of people that live here, most of them Puerto Rican. And they live in Orlando, so we already have a lot. But what happens is this week, Thanksgiving week, right? Everybody comes to Disney to spend their Thanksgiving here. Why? Well, because if you already get Thursday, Friday off, you just got to take 3 more days off. Just take off Monday, Tuesday. So people come here. But the people that come here still need those Black Friday deals. They'll fucking fly. They don't care. I see they go to the FedEx store and they ship stuff back to Wisconsin. So we have these outlet malls, like premium outlet malls, where there's the Armani and Nike, like, you know, actual decent, packed. The entire highway becomes a parking lot. It is hell on earth here on Black Friday. Hell on earth.
Yeah, I just don't do it anymore, man. And it used to be, even when we were young, like young adults, I'd say, 20, 21, Black Friday still wasn't that bad. Remember, we still got a taste of that life.
Oh, yeah.
Where you'd go to the mall. Like, I remember back when I was dating this Jew broad, Henry, but I was still getting her a gift because they were, like, secular. They weren't, like, super Jew. You know what I mean? So I was getting her a gift because she was getting me a gift for Christmas. And I went to the mall, and it was nice. You know what I mean? And it wasn't, it was hectic. It's stressful, but it was never like, there's a difference between, you know, remember when you'd go like, you come back and they go, how was fucking, dude, you went to the mall on Christmas Eve? What is wrong with you?
Crazy, yeah.
It was a goddamn war zone. And you'd all joke. Nowadays, it's a literal war zone. It's like Somalia. It's like a bazaar in the middle of Somalia, and there's nothing you can do about it.
It really, you know, and it's again, like you mentioned at the beginning, but to save $50 on last year's TV, you know what I mean? Like, was that really worth it?
Mm-hmm.
Was that really worth it? For what? Like, Go on Amazon and get it. TVs aren't that expensive anymore. What are you going to save $20 while you sit there in your car with your car running? Because in most places it's cold and you're just wasting gas, waiting to go inside when they open up. It's you know. And I've always felt bad. Like, working in retail does kind of suck, especially around the holidays, because like that's their Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like that's where they're there. Dude, Black Friday in a lot of stores is no longer on Friday. It starts like Thanksgiving night. Thanksgiving night, people are places just fucking packed, waiting for Walmart to open, waiting to go there. I'm like, for what? For something you're going to throw away in a year? Like, who cares?
It's not even... And you know, it's like, you know, not to sound like an old person who's bitching, but like...
Boomer?
Probably, but like the products aren't good anymore. Nothing's good. It's not like it's not like the old days when you were going to get a new TV that you were going to keep for like, you know, 10 years in your family. And there was certain thing. Now it's just like, who gives a shit? I'll go the week after. And I'm one of those now too, and the deals aren't even good. So you're like, I'll just go on an off week.
Yep.
Nobody's in there. What am I going to save? I'm going to put myself through possibly being stabbed with an AIDS needle in a brutal parking lot fight. Or I could just pay the extra $25. You know,
yeah, you're right. I'd rather pay.
I'll buy the game at full price. I'll download it from Steam. I don't need this shit anymore.
Well, here's what you need to do. You need to get yourself a copy of the 1990 Sears catalog. Okay.
Oh yeah.
This was the jam.
This is dope. This is the kind of thing you flip through when you right before you kill yourself.
Yeah.
Like when as you're eating, taking all the painkillers and drinking. You just flip through the 1990 Sears catalog and go,
oh, yeah.
Take me home.
So it's, look how cool we were.
We were pretty cool.
Look how cool we were.
You can't hate on, you cannot hate on.
I don't want anybody to Photoshop Mike and I in this, okay?
No.
Don't.
Right? The last thing we need people doing is Photoshopping Royce and I on the Sears catalog.
I want to be Ninja Turtle guy.
And throw Cousin Joe on there too.
Oh yeah,
just
give Cousin Joe the Beetlejuice one. Let's go. Mike. I know Mike likes RoboCop, so he'll definitely take RoboCop, and I'll take Turtles. Let's do this. Fucking fly. And Mike, was this the computer you had? Was it this powerful? Introducing revolution in computers, the compact IBM PS1 series. 100 buckaroonies.
That's right. So probably that computer probably only cost $3,500.
How much was it? It should say
$1,400.
$1,400 or $30 monthly.
Could you imagine paying $1,400 for that?
All right, Mike. They say we never do enough for the ladies. Look at this hunk.
Look at that onesies for men.
Look at that hunk. You think it has a butt flap?
If it doesn't, I would have returned it.
All right, now, I of course would go for the Sony, but which Walkman would you take? The Sears one for $36,
I mean, you gotta
or the
go,
LXI for $18?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta really. Back then, you had to really carefully choose your Walkmans and your tape decks because quality mattered. But then again, some of them would get too expensive. And this was in the era where the most expensive one usually wasn't the best one.
Yeah.
It was just like made to seem fancy. So the Sony's out.
Sony's out.
Sharp's out. Probably go with the Magnavox, maybe the Panasonic.
Panasonic still kind of meant quality. Look, Sony was still fucking charging so much for
or the
shit.
RCA if you're gotta save a couple bucks.
Now, if you were poor, you had to get the LXI, which was $18. For something for the fellas. We got something for the fellas. Carefree Comfort.
Why did everybody look like Ellen?
Well, I was telling Mike off air that they dress like what Billie Eilish dresses like now.
It's pretty accurate.
Yeah. You know what they look like? Like they would be extras in Blossom's high school.
Is that what Billie Eilish does? She's just like, just get me something from the 90s Sears catalog.
Are those some Bugle Boy jeans? Hell no, ho. You know they polo. Listen, there's nothing that says I hate you than buying somebody assorted meats and cheeses for Christmas.
No. I'll be honest with you. I love this gift. But not usually. Usually when it's a gift pack like this, it's all terrible meats and cheeses.
Yeah. from a Sears catalog.
I would rather somebody get me one of those, but like packaged by Publix. Like that's probably would be more delicious.
What is this? Is this just a TV?
Yeah, it's an elegant TV, bro.
Wow, the wood paneling really shows class. This is sucking Cindy Bin 2001's house. Oh boy. Oh, dude. Now you could say this is what they took from us. Best grandpa
I want to know
on
where
earth.
those kids are now.
Best grandma on earth.
I need to know where these kids are now.
Best kid. Best mom on earth.
I want to know where that
dad.
adorable young kid is now. He's probably just like a meth head.
You're right. In the house Jesse was shooting up in.
Probably like Edward Furlong now.
Ladies, get yourself a New Kids on the Block.
Ladies, if you'd have known one of
Sleeping
these,
bag.
who the fuck were you even?
Yeah, seriously. You're a big New Kids on the Block fan? Name all the members. I know.
Joey and Donnie and Danny,
Just
Mark.
you're just naming people from Full House now. Stop.
Uncle Jesse. Shit.
Ladies, guess what? You want to get in shape? Or creepy dudes that wanted to masturbate without the fucking shame of going to a porn store?
You know what's funny? I think there was always a set of these tapes in every woman in my family's house.
Yep.
And none
Mine
of them
too.
used them.
Same. There was 8-minute abs.
They thought somehow that buying these tapes was gonna force them into getting into shape. Oh yeah, now I'm committed because I bought some VHSs.
God, they were so cringe too. Oh no. Oh no.
These are some cool kids. These are these are the kind of kids you don't want to run into these guys. You want to run into these guys when you're out at night.
It looks like somebody miniaturized the cast of Wings.
Oh man! Wow, all dressed up for a night on the town.
Look at the striations. So for those that are listening via podcast, you have a kid with a camo overalls, but he's wearing a long sleeve shirt that has bomber jackets on it. You have a very spiffy looking Jay Leno number, denim top, denim bottom, lots of pockets. But he has like the Top Gun, the eagle patch on him. And then if you go over to the right, you have a kid wearing a sweater that I guarantee you's itchy just by looking at it. And are those camouflaged jeans? Does he have camouflaged jeans?
I don't know.
Oh shit!
I don't know why all those kids. I don't know why all the kids back then were dressed like New Jack. You know what I mean?
You're right.
It's just.
Oh fuck!
All the kids were dressed like the Dudley Boys for no reason.
Now you know what? I'm gonna tell my kids this was the Shield. This is. Oh, Garfield phones.
Remember how impractical those phones were?
Okay, so I had an Incredible Hulk phone that would was like the Hulk holding up a rock, and like the rock was the phone. And yes, they were very impractical. But none of these are wireless. Come on now, is that phone made out of Legos? Tyco?
I don't remember that phone.
No, I remember the Garfield phone. I don't remember this Lego phone down here. I guess you build your own phone.
They probably would. That's actually kind of cool, and I feel like I would have remembered it, or you would have remembered it.
I don't remember it.
So the fact that we don't remember it, I have a feeling it was one of those things that was just recalled because like a couple houses burned down and some kids died, and they were like, "All right, no more with the Lego phone."
The Beetlejuice, the cartoon, Ghostbusters, I guess the cartoon, microwaves, because. Is that person cooking a fucking ham in the microwave?
Well, sometimes you got to cook a whole ham quick.
Yeah.
Now, why has the price of a microwave neither gone up or down?
I mean,
They're still literally the exact same price.
I mean, well, not if you adjust for inflation.
I mean, you can still get a $29 microwave easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I got this for Christmas. I got a Game Boy for Christmas, 2 of them. My grandparents got one for me and one for my brother, and it had the connection cable.
Oh, nice.
And we were rocking some Tetris.
Yeah, I had Game Boy. I had that. What was some of those fucking games? What was the cartoon game that was really good?
Cartoon game?
Yeah.
Super Mario Land was really good.
Super Mario Land was good. It was like it was not DuckTales, but it was I don't know. It was some kind of cool game that was.
I'm sure someone will remember. Holy shit!
That was the jam.
I had this.
That was the jam right
the
there.
Genesis that came with. What'd yours come with? Mine came with Altered Beast.
Yours came with Altered Beast?
Yeah, but there was different ones. There was different ones.
I had a Sonic 2 or so. It was one of those.
Sonic 2, the best Sonic game ever
Or
made.
Sonic 1. It was one of those.
Sonic, yeah.
But I was a Genesis kid. I got SNES later.
Me too. I had Genesis first.
But that was the first one I got, and it had some fucking great.
Earthworm Jim.
I had fucking Sega Channel, dog.
Yeah, that's what they. So Sega Channel was something that we never had here.
Now you have it. Now it's just called Game Pass.
I know.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, you had Sega Channel, and I was thinking, man, that was not around my area because it does sound like something like my parents would have gotten. But then I think it was only for Time Warner. It was on you. I'm assuming up in New York, that's what you had was Time Warner, probably.
Guess, yeah. No, we had Cablevision.
Or maybe Cablevision.
Cablevision.
We didn't have it down here. Altered Beast, man, I remember that. Rise from your grave.
Yeah, once the Sega Channel came out, it really was the first. It was like the first hint of like streaming Game Pass type shit. It was dope.
Yeah.
A lot of the games on there sucked. But dude, every month you had at least 5
something to play.
Heavy hitters, and like 5 full games you wouldn't be able to play all month. Like it was, so you always had all the Phantasy Star games, all that shit, man. That was dope.
$20 from I2C. Been a fan of you guys for a while, but haven't been able to donate. Hate to see what YouTube's doing to you, but truly hope that you guys can let go of the stress and truly have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no,
thanks for all you do. Oh, we will.
Thank you. Yeah, no, we're gonna let go of the show. We've actually had a really long talk behind the scenes, and we are going to kill ourselves.
So it'll be a great holiday after Thanksgiving.
We're gonna wait, because then you don't want to be the one that ruined everybody's Thanksgiving. It's very selfish.
That's very selfish.
If you do it right in the sweet spot in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, they can kind of get over it during each holiday. It's really great.
Winnipeg at least one has at least one ROTC fan and about 10,000 violent meth addicts. By the way, love the obscure Simpsons references. Thank you. We do love Simpsons. Dave Rambo, I got recently divorced chick a microwave cooking for one book for Christmas. Thanks for the laughs and that is a brutal gift. Microwave cooking for one. Ooh,
it's kind of sad.
Yeah, it is. Let's see.
Now I'm sad. You've made everyone sad.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Your show makes my days better. Thank you. That was from Domina Mortis. Captain Knots. Can't listen live due to being away visiting family. Trying to tell the truth about the flat Earth. When I catch a moonbeam in a magnifying glass, it feels cold. It's cold.
He's such a
my
fucking
favorite
weird guy.
He's my favorite. Actually,
he's gonna quickly not be my favorite though. Like
of course.
After enough times of watching him bother people, you start to go like, leave him alone.
I'm sorry, but every woman ever should only wear this. That's
dope.
Simpsons, an I Caramba, and a Simpsons family. Like, I guess these were pajamas, like sleeping shirts.
Yeah, like a night shirt.
Like a night shirt, right? That's what you should call your show at night. Night shirt.
Night shirt.
I have an idea. How about you call your show Night Court? You get a bald guy to be the bailiff.
Could be a magician judge.
Yeah, dude.
So great.
You don't want to be a magician judge?
Who doesn't want to be a judge that's also a magician? That is a highly underrated show, by the way.
I like Night Court. Night Court was great.
It's such a piece of shit on some levels.
Yeah.
But where it counts, like just being funny and stuff, it's a great show.
Look at this fucking power couple.
Dude, you got to get monogrammed. How much is the monogrammed towels?
It doesn't.
They are $27.
No, regular. But if you want a monogram, they're $50. So they're $50, $27 if you don't get the monogram.
That is some real N-word rich stuff right there.
VLP. Oh my! In case what you don't know whose is whose. The lady one's not yours, bro. Oh God, they're back.
Okay, look, these kids. I see. Honestly, I wish I could have afforded to dress like this all the time.
Like the fucking Spirit Squad?
Yes. What do you mean the Spirit Squad? No, these are. This is like. This is like the grown-up characters in Sleepers, but if they were still kids.
You made a Sleepers reference?
Yeah, why not?
That's fucking great. I told you we were phoning it in today, folks.
On the right is Brad Pitt. Grows up to be the district attorney.
Doesn't the kid in the middle look like a young Steve Guttenberg?
It really does.
Little Mitty Guttenberg.
It looks like 3 rich young white kids went back in time to dress themselves.
You know what they look like? They look like they're about to go. Hi, Dan Crenshaw. Thank you for your service. I just want to talk about the demographic shift in America.
Yeah, that's right. It's the Groypers, ladies and gentlemen. Knicker Nation rising up. Rise up, gamers.
Groyper, they really are.
They look like Groypers.
They're little Groypers.
You know what? They all look like they're going to the world's teeniest, tiniest little job interview. I love it.
Oh, fuck, man. God damn it. That was it. That's a perfect way to end this list.
They're literally all Nick.
That was...
Which one of them is Nick Fuentes? I can't tell.
Well, height-wise, the one on the left.
Yeah, the one on the right looks like Patrick Casey.
So wait, this is Nick Fuentes, Patrick Casey. Who's the political figure in the middle?
We run the government now.
Oh, fuck. Ooh. Someone said the one in the it's Kushner in middle school.
Seriously, this Rand Paul in the middle.
Rand
Paul now.
Paul.
By the way, Rand Paul now, not even as a kid. And then on the right, that's Eric Trump.
Yes.
And on the left, that kid looks like a young Bob Odenkirk.
Better call Baby Saul.
And it looks like, and the kid on the right looks like he's about to give a greed is good speech.
The kid on the right looks like she should have black leather gloves on. Driving gloves. And so the kid on the right looks like Bradley Cooper in Limitless after he took the pill. All right, stop. This is dumb. Let's move on. All right? We're moving. Oh, no. Wait, one more thing. The one on the right is Richard Spencer.
Yeah.
You octoroons!
I used to own these people.
Oh, all right, come on. Somebody said the mini cast of American Psycho.
I want to get rich and then have kids so that I could just dress my kids like that 24/7.
Everywhere they go.
Yeah, like I want.
They would be universally hated.
I want my kids to be fucking dressed like they are better than all of the other kids.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
But not like little hood rats.
Oh, fuck. Whew. That was fun, man. All right, we can move on to stuff that's not as fun. Let's do. Might take a little long. Let's do this one first. So Papa John's had like a really weird interview.
Yeah, and I saw this clip, and this clip was hard to find in its raw form.
It is. I couldn't find it in its raw form. I found
because some shit station in Kentucky did the interview, and they're terrible at social. So we've now doubled back to these losers. We've covered this before. I know we're going to cover Papa John, but I really want you guys to watch the Papa John thing. But I really want you to also pay attention to these fucking losers because I hate these people.
Yeah. Thank you.
These generic assholes.
So the Daily Blast it's a studio show, but they do it just for YouTube, I think. I believe that's what they are. Let's play it.
The founder of Papa John's Pizza, John Schnatter, he's trying to set the record straight after he was sacked from the company. He was let go following news that...
It's not Papa John's.
Yeah, Papa John's is...
These people are terrible. I'm sorry. It's just...
That's okay.
Sacked from the company. He was let go following news that he used the N-word during a conference call on, this is ironic, diversity training. Here's what he told WDRB News in Kentucky.
I've had over 40 pizzas in the last 30 days, and it's not the same pizza. Rob Lynch, he's never been a CEO. He has no pizza experience. He's never been in the pizza category. I would just say, stay tuned. The day of reckoning will come. The record will be straight.
Why not set the record straight now? I mean, what is it about the record that's not straight?
Stay tuned.
He's crazy. He's crazy.
I don't understand this man.
He's trying to say that the quality of pizza has diminished because he's had 40 different pies in 30 days. And he knows pizza well.
Well, I'll say this, Daily Blast. The quality of morning talk shows has diminished because there's fucking 4,000 of them, and nobody cares. Now, this lady really... Well, let her finish.
You're making a good point, but I want to point out, too, they have they don't show their upvotes, they don't show their downvotes, they don't show their sub count.
No, they don't.
and he knows pizza well, and he's trying to say these other people use him saying the N-word and race to kind of kick him out of the company intentionally on a call. And I just want to understand, like, if you're on a diversity call or any call and you're a white person saying the N-word and choosing whether or not to say it, the answer is always no.
No, fuck you. All right, hold on. I'm gonna defend John here. Okay, I am. And look, I get that he looks fucking frazzled and he looks like he's on something. I get all that.
Yeah, and I will also say that his pizza sucks now. It sucked then.
It's always sucked. I don't like a sweet sauce.
We're not Papa John's fans here.
We're not. This isn't a Papa John's household. But we covered this when it happened. He didn't just go, "Oh, these bunch of N-words." That's not what happened. There was a diversity training. And he said, it was something to the effect of like, can you believe that some people will say N-word this? So he said the N-word. He wasn't calling anybody it. He was using it. No, it was a joke. He goes, oh, so when someone walks in, you just can't go, hey, N-word, or something to that effect. Whatever. But it wasn't just him calling one of his employees an N-word and being a piece of shit. So fuck you.
The context was twisted around. They made him sound like he was just this racist guy. And he wasn't even being racist. They don't care. Whatever you want. I know the video's funny. Everybody's laughing about, he's beet red and he looks crazy and he's eating 40 people. Everybody's kind of deflecting from the fact that this man built the company. And again, I don't like Papa John's Pizza, but I worked there. I worked there for a while back in the day. I don't care about John Schlatzinger or whatever the fuck his name is. And I don't care about Papa John's Pizza. They stole this man's legacy from him. They took this man's company from him that he built because he said the N-word. And not even in a context of, I'll be honest with you, back when that Sterling guy remember that guy? The owner of the fucking Cavaliers or whatever?
Yes, Donald Sterling, I believe?
Donald Sterling. And, he got forced to sell his team because he got caught on a tape that was privately recorded. And he unironically meant the N-word. That guy shouldn't have had his legacy and his team stolen from him. I've got a real problem with a guy who spent his entire life building a pizza empire. And these cunts just went, sorry, John, you need to step down. We're taking your company from you. You know what I mean? Like, you understand what we're creating here? Like, we're creating this society where if you say the N-word, even if you own your own shit, they will take it from you. This is scary shit. We're talking, we're pissing and moaning all the time about YouTube channels and all these other people. By the way, shout out to Red Ice. They got kicked off Facebook. A bunch of people out there getting fun. We're always sitting here going like, oh, that sucks. This guy lost his 25,000 sub account. Oh, man, that sucks. This poor guy, he lost his fucking, $1,000 a month in super chats. That sucks. This man was a billionaire pizza empire god, and they took that from him. That should illustrate to you, because how everybody always says, make your own this, bigot, make your own that, bigot. There's this fantasy people have that if you get big enough and rich enough and powerful enough, fuck these motherfuckers, right?
This is what he said.
They will take your company from you.
This is what he said, and I'll tell you that what they did is coordinated, because finding the exact quote, I've been trying to find this whole time. During a call, Shatner was asked how he would distance himself from racist groups. He responded by saying, minimizing the significance of NFL's remarks. He says, Colonel Sanders called black people N-words. That was his comment, which he did, by the way. That is actually true.
That's what he said?
That was the quote. I just found it. I found the transcript. That was the quote. On a private call, this wasn't a call for anybody but the people listening. They used it to take him down. And then you shouldn't say the N-word no matter what. Yeah, you can. Colonel Sanders did say that.
Bummed in the chat says, I will follow Papa John into hell for that garlic sauce. You got to admit, that's always been...
That was their thing.
That was one thing, even people that hated Papa John's is like, oh, you're going to Papa John's? Yo, go get me a couple of them garlic cups. I'm going to use that later for some shit. But you're right.
And because they were mad at him because he talked shit on Kaepernick. This all started... The Papa John's thing all started because Papa John's, the John is a conservative. He is. That's what he is.
He's gone on a safaris. Remember, they were
that's
going
what
after him for that,
So
not paying his employees enough.
He talked some shit on Kaepernick, but they couldn't do anything about it because he just said, I think you should stand for the national. The NFL should make you stand. And then the NFL removed Papa John's as a sponsor because of that comment or something to that effect. And then they finally got him by recording a private conversation of him saying Colonel Sanders called black people the N-word. And they got him, and then he was done. And they kicked him out of his own company. The guy who started a company with his fucking, story with his old Camaro, delivering pizzas.
And again, shitty pizza. I don't like it. I'm not white knighting for fucking Papa John's.
He blamed the NFL for poor pizza sales because of the Kaepernick thing, though. That's why he blamed them.
But yeah, I'm not white knighting for Papa John's. I'm white knighting for the idea that a man can build something for himself, not harm anybody, and just want to be left. You know what I'm saying? Like, we keep talking about how do they keep? Where are all these fascists coming from? Where are all these authoritarian types coming from in this young generation? Most people start off just wanting to be left alone, and you can only be pressured so much. And this guy is living proof that no matter how big and invincible you build it, once they go, this fuck's next. You see this fuck over here? This cunt is next.
Yep.
Even let's say you just walk in the wrong room or insult the wrong guy one day. You don't think there's powerful media conglomerate types that all hang out together that won't go for fun? Like, remember the movie Trading Places? For a $1 bet, go, I'll bet you $1 I can destroy Royce Lopez's life in a day. Just for fun. You don't think rich, sick guys don't really make fucked up bets like that? $1? $1. I'm going to destroy Royce Lopez's life. Watch, one day. And then all of a sudden, CNN and Fox News and MSNBC and Verge and all these blogs on the same day are like, is Royce Lopez, whatever. He could make up anything and it would go, whoa. There's 500 articles. And then they just come in and go, you got to sell all your stuff, or the company's dead. And then what are you doing? You're just out. You're just out.
And he did it. And it's coming up right now too. So you saw what happened with the SPLC and Chick-fil-A. I sent you the article. Chick-fil-A was not caught, but Chick-fil-A donated money to the SPLC. I think in 2017. It wasn't a lot. It was like $2,500, right? But they donated money to the SPLC. Now all of a sudden they're dropping it. It's really, really, it's weird to me how this isn't just like a company this isn't just a bunch of CEOs going, hey, we're going to get rid of this guy. This is entire society and government officials were talking about it that made this guy fucking lose his company. And the real reason he lost his company, and I'm not saying it to sound like a boomer or anything, the real reason he lost his company was because he was a vocal conservative that wasn't really liking what Kaepernick was doing because it was hurting the NFL ratings, and it was. And because of that, the people weren't selling as many pizzas. People weren't. That was his thing. And then they just ruined his life because they decided. Now the company he's not even the CEO of the company with his name on it.
But that's what I mean. And it's really got to scare people that you can just they can come at any time and go, this isn't yours anymore. You're out.
Let's see here. I got a donation. Let me check it out. Sorry. $5 for Mexi Max and Cheese. Maybe you'll remember the name. There was a guy who ran a feminist slogan T-shirt company. He got caught in Me Too. They maneuvered to take his company, so he just fired everyone. We need CEOs like that. Well, the thing is, with a company that's publicly traded like that, he can't just fire everybody. Yeah. Maybe a smaller company can.
Publicly traded company that he owned like 75% of the shares of, but he didn't. Like, a private company, that's what are you going to do? That would be how I'd handle it. Like, if there was a coup going on, I'd just go, okay, everyone's fired. I'll start opening mail. I'll come in tomorrow. We'll start from there. I'll hire a new fucking assistant.
Oneness of Fall. Hey, gents, did you see Tulsi Gabbard interview on Rogan? Yeah, we have that for second hour. Also found you guys a month ago and now addicted to all three shows. Thanks, fags. Well, thank you.
Appreciate
thank you.
That.
And yes, we do have it, and we'll get to that. Robbie Don't Care says, I love garlic butter saw. Oh, God, that's a throwback. That is a throwback. All right, let's see here. Let's look what we got. Already made by Bali. So
There we go. There we go. I like it.
Fucking love this photo.
Looking very good. Looking very sharp, boys.
Look at that. There you go. There it is. I think we have our new logo, Mike. There it is.
Yeah, this is looking good. I would rock that right now if they made an adult.
Hell yeah.
Like, I don't know why there's not a company out there that's not doing that for pajamas.
Oh, old school ones?
Throwback. Like,
yeah.
but grown-ass sizes. I would rock that shit at night, like when it's cold out.
Rebellion 15. All it takes is the N-word to lose everything. This is absolute hysteria over something so mental. These attacks seem planned.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't
Sorry,
do
it's
it. I wouldn't do it.
I'm okay. I'm fine.
Are you though?
That's gonna be my new thing. I really been wanting that to catch on. I want that to become the new N-word.
The new N-word?
When people go, because you can't yell at somebody, you just go, what's wrong with him? Sorry, I get spells. I'm okay now.
Well, Mike.
You do that shit on like a plane, like when you're on like a Spirit airline flight to like somewhere, and it's like, you know, you just hear like some kind of couple fighting in the plane, and it gets really ghetto. You go, sorry, can I get just a Jameson when you get a chance? When everybody's settled in, of course. Thank you.
All right, let me read one of these before we go to break here. I'm going to keep this one up. I'm going to keep this up first right now because, you know, it's the way we're dressed here. It actually works. Gay man's pay slashed so he'd be on par with the other females in the office. Lawsuit claims. This is from NBC News, so just so you know where I'm reading this from. A former employee at a high-profile event company in New York claims in a discrimination complaint filed this week that he was fired because of his sexuality after his boss told him his salary was being cut in half because he was being paid so much more than the other females in the office.
Boom, 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 boom.
The ex-employee, Wesley Renkneck, says Eventique tried to alienate and degrade him after CEO Henry Lyon David learned he was gay, said Wendrick's lawyer, Anthony Consiglio. Wesley was personally recruited by the employer to be a senior producer, and once he learned he was gay, the employer began shutting him out of business, Consiglio said in an email to NBC News. I don't buy it. If you own an event planning company, then you already work with a bunch of gay people. This is the guy. You already work with a bunch of gay people. So to pretend like this is the only gay guy in the company, event planning? Are you serious? That's a gay business.
That's a straight man's game. Come on.
He kind of looks like Lex from Smallville with hair. Michael Rosenbaum.
God, yeah, I remember him. Yeah. Remember when they were like, yeah, what's up with Alex Mack and all these? How come you were like, did a whole show?
You leave me out of this.
Hey, you did a show with a bunch of little teenage nymphette sex cult members. What was that like? I don't.
I never really hung out with them. I was doing my own thing. Renkneck left his previous job at the events company in Boston, where he had worked for more than 3 years to join Eventique in June. A week after he was hired, when Renkneck's co-workers commented on his girly engagement ring. When a co-worker asked if his wife wore a similar ring, Renkneck replied, his partner, Evan, did. From that point on, tension developed between Renkneck and his co-workers and David that had not existed before. According to the complaint, in the interim months, the complaint alleges Renkneck was ostracized and excluded from professional meetings. Oh, he couldn't pull Santa's sleigh anymore either, apparently. And office social events passed over for assignment with large commissions. You know what this is like? This is like that scene, and I've talked about it before in American Dad with the tall elf. When he goes, why did Santa kick you out? You know, the culture was just like so cliquey and whatever. He was the problem.
Yes.
You were the problem. I have a feeling. I don't know. This is just my personal opinion. So
it's a gut thing.
I feel like he was the problem.
Yeah.
My feeling.
The more it sounds like just maybe he was.
Because it wasn't just, because in this, the more you read, it wasn't just like he was saying, oh, my boss did this. Which, look, maybe that stuff happens, fine. But now it's everybody. everybody was making fun of him. The entire event company.
And again, just like you were bringing up earlier too, it's a gay guy in an event planning place. This wasn't fucking, the guys that, the MTA workers that work on the subways, like underneath, just smoking cigarettes and banging on fucking tunnel walls. Hey, look, Faggy Frank is here. Hey, did you suck any cocks this weekend? Like it's an event planning place.
Right. I don't think
it's literally all white women and gay guys.
The alleged discrimination took toll on Redneck's mental health, forcing him to book an appointment with a psychiatrist in August for the first time in his life, the documents say, and he began taking antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication to cope with the situation. Now, notice they haven't said here that he could prove that they started paying him less. They didn't start paying him less. I guarantee you nothing. Look, I know I'm a real skeptic, but I'm not buying this. David took pains to mark Redneck's difference from the other employees through these physical demonstrations. The complaint alleges neither Redneck's professional experience and accomplishments nor the goodwill he brought to the Eventeek's work earned him any equality. Eventually, David called Redneck's into his office to tell him his salary was being cut from $145,000 that was initially agreed upon to $70,000. I couldn't sleep at night thinking that you were getting paid $140. Sorry, because I'm just throwing numbers around. You were getting paid $145,000 to do what in an event company?
Put little. What would be really great is if the napkins. Get this right. We have boutonnieres and they match the napkins. Oh God, I love it. Put it in the book. Put it in the dream book. That's pretty much how I imagine these people live. All I know is that. At one point, AJ Soprano was going to be an event planner. So that just kind of shows you what kind of people we're dealing with here.
He said, I couldn't sleep at night thinking you were being paid so much more than other females in the office, David told Redneck, according to the complaint. Not long after, Redneck discovered that David had lowered, he did lower his salary, lowered it even more to $58,000 or 40% less than the starting salary he was promised. He left his former job, the lawsuit says. David simply could not bear the thought that Eventeek would continue to be represented by gay man. The company, the complaint site referred to Redneck's October 4th filing. Hold on, let me see what Eventeek is or whatever this. Let me see what this company is. I'm gonna.
Sorry, Wesley, but we're looking to be the first ever non-gay event planning company.
Eventeek. Now we're gonna go. We're gonna check their website, which apparently has a lot of people going to it because this is Eventeek. We're a conventional. All right, here we go. Let's remember they don't like gay people.
By the way, just looking at this website, I'm getting this real vibe that a lot of gay guys work at this place.
Well, let's play their little stinger video.
Events are a stream of emotions. The journey begins with the drop of an idea.
That guy looks gay.
It moves quickly as it looks to connect.
I mean, the entire fucking ad for these guys is just come. So,
yeah, you're right.
I mean, what are we talking about here?
You're going to tell me that this company, right? I don't buy it. Most of these people look gay.
Most of them.
Hold on. That's a straight guy?
Yes.
Look at the frames of his glasses. That's a straight man.
Yes, look at him. He exudes masculinity.
He crushes more puss than Brendan Schaub.
And Joe Rogan put together.
As drops of
this guy, another man's man.
Ideas gravitate to one another.
Look, you don't have any conclusive proof.
Mike, man, I have eyeballs.
I don't like these straight, macho, Mad Men style cis males. What?
This fucking video.
I don't like the fact that John Hamm over here is running around, wants to play grab ass with all the girlies, and he can't keep a gay man employed there. It's bullshit, frankly.
A bond begins to form, and the event concept takes shape. The velocity at which the ideas come together sets the production in motion. Those moments leading up to an event are a combustive force.
Hold on.
What if it's just 2 minutes of this nonsense, and then at the very end, and it's like, and we don't hire fags.
Oh, wow.
Like, whoa, you can't do that. You're going to have the EEOC on top of you.
Remember, only straight men here. All right? Only straight men.
You act like you've never done a floral arrangement.
I've never done a floral arrangement. Have you?
You pay for those, right? Hey, gay guy. Hey, gay guy, come here for a second. Look, I'm in real trouble with this broad, so do something. Thank you.
Where ideas are ready to emote.
Straight guy.
They're all pretty Chad.
As the event peaks,
Eventique, we're the only company in New York that does event planning that doesn't have gays. Like, it doesn't make any sense. They're in New York. They do event planning, which means all they work with is gay people to pretend that all of a sudden, like, hey, no gays in here. Come on, man. It's not fucking 1952.
the emotions surge. And then it splits off and begins again.
All right, I gotta say this: the dude driving that truck, probably straight.
But his brother's gay. No, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm sorry.
His cousin, his brother, who works as one of the event planners, got him the job.
Yes.
You can come work with us. That'll be great. All right, but I ain't going in there and touching no queers.
All right, you don't have to touch anything.
No, it's fine. They'll load the truck and you just go. All right.
Tommy Grooms, Eric John Phelps, thank you. Let's see. Do I miss anything else here? Let me check because we have to go to break here. All right. Yeah, we do need to go to break. RevengeOfTheCis.com/XPN. That's ProXPN. Get yourself protected. When you go online, if you use that, you get a great VPN service and we get a piece, which is very helpful. Also, don't forget, there's 2 ways now to subscribe to us monthly and get the first 250 episodes. There's Patreon, which we've had, patreon.com/we're not sorry. And then there's newproject2.com/Revenge of the Cis. Mm-hmm. Sign up there. You get the same benefits for the same pricing tier, whichever one you prefer to use. Works fine for us.
And I'll get it up on the website at some point this week.
Yeah, we need to do that.
At RevengeOfTheCis.com/donate. It's not up there yet, but we'll have the new project link up there soon.
And RevengeOfTheCis.com/shop. There's shirts and shit that you can buy to help us out. Because at least on our main channel, we don't make any money on YouTube. We are on our backup one, but what are we gonna do?
Yeah, we're gonna have a new Teddy Spaghetti shirt coming out here this week too.
Also want a big push, even if you're not using it right now. I would like everybody to at least sign up for DLive.
Yes.
I know it's a pain in the ass to sign up for anything new. I'm lazy doing it too, so don't get. And I'm not better than you. I hate signing up for new things, but we don't know how long after December 10th what's going to happen and how long our show's going to be on YouTube. So we're looking at DLive to be the main alternative. DLive.tv/Revenge of the Cis. You don't even have to start watching us there now, but have it ready and have it subscribed so you know where to find us. DLive.tv/Revenge of the Cis. You know, something else, and I don't know how long this is going to last, but we actually technically are always stream on Twitch too. But we're on there as well if you want to find us.
People donate to Nightwave on Twitch now. We got a couple mods over there, and it's not like huge, but it's enough that I can't not do Twitch now.
Twitch.tv/we're not sorry. All right, we're going to be right back in 5 minutes. Revenge of the Cis.
The most exciting 2 hours of television is back with an all-new Revenge of the Cis. As Royce and Mersch continue to track an international deep state pedophile ring, their journey to the nation's capital is put on hold as Orlando's best police cops receive a cryptic message from an old colleague.
It's a message from my old partner. He needs to see us in Los Angeles right now. Says it's related to our case.
Do you trust him?
As much as I trust you, partner.
What's to know then? A detour from their original investigation finds these no-nonsense detectives in the middle of Hollywood.
Thanks for meeting me. We can't talk long. They're probably following me.
Who's following you?
The Podesta brothers. They've got eyes everywhere, Lopez.
Now trapped between deep state globalists and the Hollywood elite, Lopez and Mersh are on the case. They're no longer avenging Orlando. They're saving America. And this week, they're taking on Pedowood.
I've been working this case. This Dan Schneider guy, producer at Nickelodeon, he's into kids. Or feet. Or kids' feet.
Yeah, the iCarly guy.
How do you know all this?
Thanks for meeting me.
No problem, Miss Bynes.
This is Amanda Bynes? Jesus, she looks terrible.
Dude, she can hear you.
Watch this week as the web grows bigger, the case becomes more complex, and more older model cars get wrecked and plenty of nameless extras get shot. This week on an all-new Revenge of the Cis, followed by Nazi Lawyer. USA, hotels don't have Netflix.
For this performance in Delaware.
To make your shopping day a little easier.
Mervyn's Dollar Day sale is going on right now, and that means great buys on clothes for kids. All this week you can save on boys' clothes by Campus Le Tigre. Short-sleeve Le Tigre knits are the shirts all the boys will be wearing back to school.
Do you like pranks, guns, and jokes about retarded people? Well, so do we, but odds are your liberal snowflake friend doesn't. How would you like an easy, cost-effective way of screwing with that friend anonymously without losing your Twitter account? Guns for Tards is the perfect way to trigger SJW anonymously through the mail. For a low fee, your target will receive a beautifully designed professional mailer from our fictional Guns for Tards charity containing a thank you letter for their donation. They'll be led to believe that money was donated in their name to a charity that advocates Second Amendment rights for the mentally handicapped people in their area. For a few extra bucks, they will receive pictures and a detailed profile of a retarded person who they helped harm. It's all fun and games, well, except for that idiot who gets this in their mailbox and freaks out. Messing with someone through the mail is effective. Most people do it trolling over the internet, but regular mail is way more invasive. Whether it's a boss, an ex, or a liberal professor you don't like, this is the perfect way to screw with someone anonymously for the cost of a cup of coffee. Well, a cup of coffee in Manhattan, in a fancy coffee shop. Check out www.gunsfortards.com and select a package today. Use promo code MERSH for 10% off.
Once upon a time on the Cousin Joe Show.
I remember not long after we were out of high school, that was a popular thing. They were just taking up the ads. Yeah.
That was in high school?
For some people.
Not for me.
I didn't have regular sex in highy school.
Me neither.
But
I didn't even know there were different kinds. I thought it was just straight missionary.
I think I only had it twice.
But how many times did you do it to a girl?
See, I was waiting for that softball to be answered. Thank you. I have an aunt that I haven't talked. She could be dead, or I wouldn't know.
All right. I guess you weren't in the will.
Well, because this aunt is psychotic. There's a lot of reasons I haven't told this on the show. She went,
Cousin Joey, the girls in your school, did they take it up the ass?
This was to her a normal conversation.
Regular conversation?
Just catching up with her nephew.
How
just
are
catching
things?
Up. Yep.
Plowing any buttholes? How are things going?
And I go, I don't.
Well, because when I was young, and I was in high school, I had a guy do that, and I shit all over his cock.
All right. Wow.
And
where'd the conversation go there?
The silence that you just heard from Dan and myself was pretty much the response she got. You know, I guess
Western Echo says, please tell me it was Thanksgiving dinner. Grandpa's cutting a turkey. I shat on a cock.
And she didn't have like dementia. I mean,
I think she did, Joe.
All right, well, fair enough. In case you're wondering how I, as a person, mentally is put together,
you fucked her in the ass.
I just.
That's what she was getting at. I've seen movies. Don't know what. What? She was just letting you know. Green light. That was green light.
Listen to The Cousin Joe Show every Thursday, 7 to 10 p.m. on youtube.com/Cousin Joe.
There's always napkins, paper towels involved in my stories with sex.
Yeah, there are.
Simpson scandal update. Homer sleeps nude in an oxygen tent, which he believes gives him sexual powers.
Hey, that's a half-truth.
I don't know Homer Simpson. I never met Homer Simpson or had any contact with him, but I'm sorry, I can't go on.
That's okay. Your tears say more than real evidence ever could.
And now we return to Fox Night at the Movies, Homer-esque Portrait of an Ass Grabber, starring Dennis Franz.
Ooh, portrait. Sounds classy. Doesn't it?
No, Mr. Simpson, a cat is a living creature.
I don't care. Now I'm gonna grab me something sweet.
No, Mr. Simpson, that's sexual harassment. If you keep it up, I'll yell so loud the whole country will hear.
With a man in the White House? Not likely.
Second hour. Wednesday, which is really Friday, because Friday is really Black Friday. That's right, guys. We will be off Thanksgiving and Friday to be with our loved ones. Are you doing a Nightwave tonight? I didn't even ask.
I might.
Yeah, you might?
Yeah, I don't know, because we had some leftover stuff, but I don't know. Well,
you did leftovers because of Thanksgiving.
I told him, you know, maybe want to take the week off. I don't know. We're going to see. But it's like, that's the thing. I always sing no, and then, like, I don't know. I just always have that weird, like,
I could do it.
That Irish kind of like, I gotta go in. It's, you know what I mean? It's what I'm supposed to be doing. It's like, I'm going to be one of those guys when I'm like 70 that I'm like, I got to have something to go.
Or I'll die.
Yeah, where they pay me to, I don't care if I'm bussing tables. Like, you got to give me something to do or I'm just going to kill myself.
So, Tulsi Gabbard.
Tulsi.
Was on Joe Rogan with Jocko Willink.
Jocko Willink.
Who's that?
He's
I really don't know who that is.
He's the guy that did that really bad video called Good, where he basically ripped off Wolf of Wall Street. And he was like, yeah, your bill's piling up. Good. Use it as motivation. You know what I mean? Like, oh, are you tired? Good. Fight through it. Fucking power through. He's one of those assholes, and Joe Rogan loves him. Joe Rogan is like, dude, he's so good. This is the guy. Remember I told you about the time that Everlast was on his show?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yeah, man, it's like my daughter's got some kind of like degenerative neurological condition and her kidneys were shutting down. And we were at the hospital through the holidays, like, because we thought she was going to die. And da-da-da. And Rogan was like, yo, you know who would help out, man? You got to see this Jocko Willink thing. I swear to God. And he played the video like, yeah, your boss got you down at work? Good. Show him what's up. You behind on your bill, right? And he shows him this whole video, and it just ends with Everlast being like, yeah, bro, I mean, my daughter, like, her fucking kidneys are shutting down, bro. I don't know how this is supposed to help. With that, it was a very awkward little moment.
So he's like,
I only heard about it because of Red
Am I
Bar.
correct by saying that he's a like motivational speaker?
Yeah, he's like one of those meathead, like, yeah, man, fucking fight through it, man. No pain, no gain. Fucking, yeah, he's one of those assholes.
One of my direct subordinates, one of my guys, what was going on, and he'd say, boss, we got this and that and the other thing. And I'd look at him and I'd say, good. And finally one day he was telling me about some issue that he was having, some problem, and he said, I already know what you're going to say. And I said, well, what am I going to say? He said, you're going to say good. He said, that's what you always say. When something is wrong and going bad, you always just look at me and say good. And I said, well, yeah. When things
Bum, 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 bum. Chin, chin.
There's going to be
Is he
some
for real?
good.
Chin, chin, chin,
That's
chin.
gonna come
Yeah.
from it.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't get the new
Yeah, this is
high-speed
the
gear
best.
we wanted. Good.
Tough guy.
Didn't get promoted. Good.
This is
More time to get better.
Rogan loves this. Rogan loves this shit. Yeah, it's very cringe. Mauricio in the chat writes, "Power through, fucking pussy, hoorah!" yeah. So, he's one of those guys that's very like, oh, good, fuck it. And by the way, he absolutely ripped us off too. All he did was take the Wolf of Wall Street speech and set it to 5-finger death punch. It's pretty much all he did was put a hoodie on, do the same speech, and play chun 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 music over it. And everyone went, whoa, that's so inspirational. But if you watch the Wolf of Wall Street scene, he's like, what's the matter? You behind on your bills? You in debt? Your wife gonna leave you? Good, pick up the fucking phone. It was like, it is a very old, if you work in like a boiler room or an old like stock scam plate, that's how they are. Any sales, they're like,
Oh, so like Adam Baldwin in Glengarry Glen Ross.
yes, Alec Baldwin. Adam Baldwin's that would have been a
it.
totally different movie with Adam Baldwin in that scene.
You want to go home to your kids? You should.
You should. It would be very good.
Hey,
you know,
hey, coffee's for everyone.
coffee is for everyone.
For everyone.
But it is first come, first serve. I can't
Okay.
just keep making coffee for everyone. Yeah, you want to go home and be with your kids? Good, because children statistically need a strong male role model at home more often. So, man, this
You know
movie
what first
sucks.
place is? A car. Second place is steak knives. Third place is, look, try again next year.
Yeah.
Let's
And,
try again
and
next
also
year.
steak knives. We're
And
going to give
also-
everybody
Everyone
steak
gets steak knives this year. Oh, I love it. Let's recast it. Let's do it right
The
now.
movie would be so terrible. The nice guy boss played
Yeah.
by Adam Ball. But anyway, so yeah, he does the whole. No, but even the always would it be closing thing. It wasn't as ripped off as specifically the Wolf of Wall Street scene because he's doing the same. Oh, you fucking kids hate you. Your wife think you're a bum. Good. He literally says, "Good. Pick up the phone and start dialing." Oh, are you broke? You don't have your car payment this month? Good. Pick up the phone. You know what I mean? Like that was.
But
and then
it's
he just
not
took
good.
it.
It's but this is just like trying to do this little catchy word thing. Look, I agree that if shit's going down, you got to work for it, right? But good. It's not good.
Yeah, my
It's not, doesn't mean it's good.
My old boss Steve Foley had a much more honest and direct way of saying it. It was like when we go like, yeah, I'm going and we're gonna go to this concert this weekend and put them on my credit card and I'm gonna go. We're going to we're getting a hotel. We're gonna go on this vacation. My boss would always go, "Oh, that's great, man. I love sales reps with credit card debt. They're my favorite." Because he was way more
Right, of
honest
course.
and direct. Oh yeah, no, I love when my sales reps all got credit card debt because they're gonna come in on a Sunday when they're not even scheduled. You're like, God damn it, you're right.
Oh, mission got canceled? Good. We can focus on another one. Didn't get funded. Didn't get the job you wanted. Good. Got injured. Sprained my ankle. Got tapped out. Good. Got beat. Good.
I can't do this. I'm tapping out. I'm tapping out. Good. I can't. I was only.
Oh,
giving
you can't take this anymore?
No, I can't.
Good.
It's very cringe.
Jesus Christ.
I just wanted you to have. Now you know who Jocko Willink is.
All right. So anyway,
Now Royce knows. Now Royce is caught up
Thank
on who
you.
Jocko Willink is, so he can properly hate this guy as we watch this segment.
no, I don't like him. All right, let's check it out here. This is Tulsi
Dan
Gabbard.
Bell says, "Lost your eye in combat? Good. Run for Congress."
Exercising the kind of oversight and accountability that we should have been doing, frankly, a long time ago.
Tech is a really important conversation to have with you right now. You're in the middle of this
conversation.
lawsuit with Google.
Yeah.
Explain that.
So the first debate that we had in this presidential election, you know, we had hoped that I would do well going into it and that people would go and start their internet search and say, hey, who is Tulsi Gabbard? I've never heard of her before. And so we went and got the Google ads set up, got them improved. Everything was ready to rock and roll. I was the most Googled candidate of the night, as I have been for every debate that I've participated in. The issue was during that first debate, while that peak period was happening, our Google ad account was suspended by Google with no explanation whatsoever.
Yeah, I do remember this
No,
happening.
like, hey,
So
you guys.
dirty. Good.
Why isn't he doing it?
Good.
Why isn't he doing the bit, Royce?
Good.
That would have been great if he did that. Good. Get another ad service.
Start your own tech company.
Start your own bank. Good.
There was nothing like, hey, you guys screwed up, fix this, and then we'll put your account back in.
it's Bill. How are you? Good to hear from y'all.
He's doing impressions now?
Yeah, he's
he
a
start-
jack of all trades.
Guys, Joe Rogan is stealing from me.
That is so sketchy.
It's so sketchy.
And so, you know, our tech guys are freaking out. They're like, man, this is what we were waiting for. And now you guys took our account down. Tell us what we got to do to get it back up. And we didn't hear back for a while.
Jocko Willink kind of looks like a Randy Orton action figure that was left in a very hot car.
Yeah, it started melting a little
the whole
bit.
day,
Yeah.
right? Just
back. We heard back from different people with different answers. Nothing clear cut to say, you did this wrong, fix this, we'll put your account back. Nothing. And then all of a sudden,
Tulsi and I
you
have
know,
the same
hours
cup.
and hours had gone by, and then our account was reinstated without any explanation.
Yeah, and the same chance of being president.
Ouch. Womp, womp.
Sorry, Tulsi.
It's true.
But
it's
it's
very
true.
hurtful.
About what happened. And, you know, this is bigger than just the loss in opportunity that my campaign had because this happened on that night during that peak period. It's a bigger issue about the power that this corporation has in Google in interfering essentially in fair elections and in what kind of information they are willing to put in front of people.
And it is absolutely fucked up what they did to her. Like, whether you like her, you don't, it doesn't really matter. Like, they're singling her out because look, she's kind of one of the few that's been pretty anti-war and stuff. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of her politics I don't agree with. I wouldn't vote for her. But she's the only one that's like, hey, can we go back to like being normal Democrat? Like that's what it is. She's like, can we go back to be like normal Democrats?
And they're like, nice try, Russian agent.
Yeah, they called her a Russian agent, and only like half of the people defended her. Some people just stayed completely quiet about it. Candidates. Oh, she might be a Russian agent.
Even Bernie came out and was like, oh, come on, let's stop being crazy here.
Yeah.
And he's the nuttiest one. Come on, we're not crazy people.
Don't they own Boston Dynamics too? Does Google own Boston Dynamics?
I think they did, and they sold it.
Good move.
Like a year ago or something.
Bring it.
Jocko's ready for the robot war. I watched Black Mirror. I'm not in.
I'll tell you what, you get extra double bonus credit from me right now, Tulsi, because that right there is so crazy. And for you to be like, yeah, it's bad for me, but it's also bad for the American people. Yeah. I would have been stuck at bad for me if I were you. That is gnarly.
She's not going to sleep with you, dude.
It's so gnarly that they did that. And it's so transparent. And very few people talked about it, and very few people know about it.
Exactly.
That's what was so stunning about it. It's like there's people pulling strings. Who, why, undefined, and...
It is defined. You just can't define it, or you'll be off the website. The who's and the whys.
I can say it. Do you want me to say it?
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm kidding.
Chinese techno-fascist.
The Chi-coms.
All right, the Chinese techno-fascist.
And no investigation into it. Until you put out this lawsuit, there's really no way to find out.
Yeah, it started to force that conversation that we're continuing to push to the forefront about how, particularly with Google and Facebook.
Irish Republican brother goes, gray-haired men saying gnarly? Cringe.
Facebook, the inordinate amount of power that they have to, as we sit and type in a Google search for whatever, or, you know, what's popping up on our Facebook feed, they control that.
I think that we have a real issue in this country with advertising in those things, in Google and Facebook, a real issue that it's never really been fully discussed because those things just sort of came up out of nowhere. You know, we had social networks, we had MySpace, and we had, you know, we didn't think anything of it. And then all of a sudden, not only are they here, but they have this extraordinary amount of influence.
Yeah.
They have algorithms. So it's not just they're putting out what people put out. They have algorithms that figure.
Joel, do you know what an algorithm is? I feel like it's like I brought up this week, it's just come up of the plethora thing. Do you know what an algorithm is, Joe? Do you know how they work?
Yeah, dude, it's like the website, man, and then it puts things in the algorithm.
I need more on it. Somebody give me more on it.
Figure out what you're into and then show you that. So if you're
Joe
just really in a conflict,
takes Alpha Brain,
which most people are, they're just showing you conflict all day long, and it's getting everybody riled up. So it's having a direct effect, whether it's planned and coordinated or not. It's having a direct effect on discourse in this country.
It is.
And I think it's one of the reasons why what you were talking about before, where you're either with us or you're against us.
Stop hitting the table. There's a microphone that's in it.
And it's never been more hard line than it has been right now. And all of this is because of advertising money.
Yeah.
And advertising what? Like, what are you even selling? All you're just a portal to connect people with each other.
Says the guy who can make a phone call and get his friends' channels back, while some of us are just sitting here. There's some people out there just sitting there
Just
that did
hanging out.
absolutely nothing wrong. JJ Stoner, for example, people that did nothing wrong and their channels were completely deleted, and they don't have a Joe Rogan to call. They don't have dinner with YouTube executives. Like, again, I hear what Joe is saying, but the reality of the world that Joe lives in versus the reality of the world that most normal content creators deal with is completely, like, it's out of touch, you know? The reason you're making all this money, the reason you have 2 channels is so you can make, double the ad revenue. So people will watch your episode and get ad revenue that way, and then people will watch the clips, which is good. Look, no one's denying that's not a good idea. More people should do that. But to sit here and to pretend like what Google is doing because they did it to Tulsi, come on, man. You'll never know, Joe. You'll never know, Joe.
And through that, you're gaining an insane amount of influence and an extraordinary amount of money is being generated. And we never agreed to it.
Right.
It's just we just looked down, we saw the ad. Oh, what are they selling? Oh, yeah, okay, that looks like a nice watch. And then we just
all of us.
And then everybody's just getting bought and sold. Yeah. And it's happening to a point now where that is one of the main town halls, one of the main places where people discuss ideas in the world.
Right.
Is these social media networks.
So, Joe Rogan, will you have Nick Fuentes on your show?
And they're not getting small.
You think Rogan would? You think Rogan would have Nick Fuentes? I think he would. I know this sounds weird. I know that I think he might.
If the story gets big enough.
I think he would be kind of hostile to him a bit about certain things. But I'd like to think that he would.
Or they're only getting bigger, so they keep growing and they keep stacking up. And whether it's Google or Facebook or any of the Twitter,
and then they could like share clothes because they're the same height.
Or any of these, the amount of influence they have is insane. And they're just people.
Right.
They're just people. These are just regular folks. Like, I know Jack Dorsey. He's a nice guy.
But you see what I was saying? Remember when I said earlier, and people always give me shit like, "Oh, Rogan, Jack Dorsey's not a nice guy."
No.
You might, I know Jack Dorsey. He's a nice guy.
No, he's not.
He's not a nice guy. He's not a nice dude. He had dinner with you once. Jack Dorsey's a nice guy. People have been getting kicked off of Twitter left and right. I think Andy no.
Andy, no. Everybody's pushing for him right now, but there's a million other people out there.
No, I know. I'm just bringing up a current one that was on. People are getting popped left and right on Twitter for saying anything or nothing. Their system is completely broken.
Joe's one of these guys that gets people being nice to him confused with people being nice.
Right.
People being good. No, he's a good dude. No, he's nice to you.
Right.
Because you're a fellow power broker and gatekeeper.
And then everybody's just getting bought and sold. Yeah. And it's happening to a point now where that is one of the main town halls, one of the main places where people discuss ideas in the world.
Right.
Is these social media networks. And they're not getting smaller, they're only getting bigger, so they keep growing and they keep stacking up. And whether it's Google or Facebook or any of the Twitter, any of these, the amount of influence they have is insane. And they're just people. They're just people.
Right, but I mean, you could kind of describe, like in the podcast world, like let's switch it from tech companies in the podcast world. You have so much influence, Joe. Like you have the influence to do something about it. But every time you have them on, yeah, sure, you'll have Tim Pool with his beanie go, "Oh, I can't believe you got." But you're not going hard at these guys. You know what I mean? You're not going, "Hey, this is fucking bullshit." Like, why are you? You're not, because you're going to call them and you need your ads to run. And I get it's self-preservation. I understand. But it's kind of weird when he goes on these rants, like he's an outsider. You're not an outsider, Joe.
These are just regular folks. Like, I know Jack Dorsey. He's a nice guy. He's just a regular fucking person. The fact that this guy has so much power, this company has so much power, that any of these companies have so much power. We are not ready for this. And this is happening right under our noses, and it's happening so quickly. And then when something like your Google situation happens, where it's like, whoa, not only are you profiting, but now you're fucking pulling strings. You're
Whoa. I only care now because it's a presidential candidate who was nice to me. Whoa. I didn't care when other people were getting popped off of a website.
They never care.
You care because Tulsi, like Mike said, Tulsi was nice to you. That's why you care. The whoas matter now, you know? But like we said before, they've been doing this for fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're getting more brazen about it and doing it to people with bigger profiles.
You're showing us you're pulling strings?
Yep.
And everybody's like, well, what's going on? Nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, shit,
It's
her
so
account got
dangerous.
suspended. Whatever. No, they're interfering with democracy in this weird sort of semi-legal way. You know, like you could just say they violated policy. Like, what policy? What policy did you violate? Did they just cancel your ad?
They still have not told us that.
That's insane.
The policy
That's
you
the point.
violated was being a viable candidate for president of the United States.
Stop sucking her cock.
He really
Jocko.
is kind of gay.
It has to be. It has to be.
Look, Rogan isn't. I'll give him that. Rogan's just talking to her. But Jocko's like, you're pretty. You have nice boobs.
Not only a viable candidate, but one that's saying, hey, you guys are too fucking big.
Yeah.
I'm going to break
Language. There's no way a presidential candidate should speak.
up these
Yes.
monopolies and provide the kinds of oversight and accountability that will protect the consumer, that will protect the American people, will protect fair and honest discourse, protect freedom of speech. That's the issue. And that's, frankly, that's a difference between me and somebody like Mayor Pete, for example. Other candidates, and he's not the only one, but other candidates who refuse to take a strong position in recognizing the threat to our public discourse and our democracy.
And you're right. Look, Tulsi's not wrong when she says any of that. I mean, it's easy to fucking be black-pilled and everything, and she's correct. And I'm glad somebody is actually talking about it. But so you have Tulsi and this on one end, and on the other end, what do you have? You have somebody that also wants to censor these, that wants to regulate these things, but in a completely different way. The Sacha Baron Cohen, the ADL thing that we played, that's the other end of it. And you know what my fear is, Mike? My fear is that a lot of the stuff that Sacha Baron Cohen was talking about, the ADL had him talk about, is going to be mixed up with with Tulsi saying, which like, look, you gotta, and they're gonna be mixed together, and there's gonna be this weird bill where it's gonna be like, see, the tech companies are getting what for, but in reality, what's happening is it's saying like, everybody off the site. Nobody's allowed to be. If we can't pull the strings, that's fine, but nobody's allowed here. Only ABC, NBC, Fox, and ESPN can have clips on here. Like that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about.
Then something else finally gets started.
Yeah, maybe.
Gets forced into being started.
That
There's too much
these-
independent content out there for them something not to spring out of the ashes. But Google's been doing this little shady thing where they keep some of the people, and they've been slowly weaning off of it because they know if they just rip the Band-Aid off,
it would hurt.
It would start a new competitor.
Yeah.
These tech giants have really within the hands of just a few people. You have, I think this is just
Okay, but all right. So here's the thing. So let me ask you this then. I hear what you're saying, but you made me think of something. All right. So there's going to be a new one, right? Let's say that the YouTube, and let's just YouTube. Let's just one at a time. YouTube crashes and burns, right? Fine. Something else takes over. Whatever. Let's say, not that it'll ever happen. Let's just use BitChute, for example. BitChute, they start streaming. They get their shit together. They start hiring really good people, and they start putting together a really good product. They have an app. Your people start going, this is it. This is the new thing. What stops a BitChute from becoming a YouTube? You know, like, that's my concern, right? My concern is eventually they're going to want to make money, and they're going to want to make money by having advertisers, right? That's the only real way you could compete and run a fucking entire city block filled with servers, you know? That's my worry. My worry is I don't think the problem is just YouTube. I don't think the problem is just Twitter. I don't think the problem is just the tech companies. I think the problem is the ecosystem that's been created in the internet world to survive. You will become this. Like, how do you not become this? Once ABC gets their fucking claws in you, or NBC or CNN, and they go, hey, you have an anti-Semite on there. If you want the fucking $20 million contract that we just signed, you have to get them off of here. You know, and look, at the end of the day, this is funny because it goes back to the Papa John thing we're talking about. At the end of the day, it becomes a publicly traded company, and then you have a board of CEOs, and the person who, even though you might have the fucking most fucking free speech person in America who founded it, then the board will be like, you said the N-word once, so bye. Like, that's my concern. I think the ecosystem needs to be fucking broken, and I don't know how you do that. You know?
Well, I think it's breaking itself. I don't think it's
You think so?
sustainable. Yeah, I don't think it's sustainable. They're going to keep fucking it up. making it worse, tinkering with it, making it worse, fucking it up. So it's going to be, yeah, they're going to collapse. I mean, look, BitChute's getting into streaming. There's plenty of fucking other people that are starting to branch out, and I think that a competitor's coming. But then they're going to get fucking infiltrated. It's
right.
just
That's my point.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying, but then it's just rinse, repeat. I think everybody needs to decentralize at this point. I think that's the only way. It's just a matter of how do you build your brand. But I mean, that's why we're on
new internet.
That's why we're on New Project 2. That's why we're trying to, like, what do you do?
Broke in the news recently. Mark Zuckerberg, who people
is Jewish,
were taught he's like wanted to run for president not that long ago, and was seriously considering it. And he's trying to start his own cryptocurrency. He wants to have his own currency that he controls. Like, the amount of power this guy has and that he wants to continue to grow is so dangerous. He decided not to run for president, but he and his wife started emailing Mayor Pete's campaign manager saying, hey, here's some guys we think you should hire for your campaign. And so they hired 2 of Zuckerberg's Facebook guys who are now working for Mayor Pete's campaign. And so they're going to have a seat at the table should this guy get elected, which means Facebook's going to...
Well, he's not going to get elected. Black people hate him.
...have a seat at the table.
Never mind if he gets elected, when he's got 2 people that are inside track at Facebook that show up there. I don't know if you've ever done anything with Facebook as far as advertising, but like people...
But I have, because I'm totally awesome.
Okay, why would you have him?
He feels like when the first time Rogan had Alex Jones on and Eddie Bravo was there, you're like, God, I wish Eddie Bravo wasn't there.
But
I kind of wish this fucking Jocko guy wasn't there.
Isn't this like, I want to say almost borderline disrespectful?
It is disrespectful. It is.
To have, you know what I mean? Like, oh, we're going to have Bernie Sanders on and also Tim Dillon.
You
know what I
carrot
mean?
top.
Like, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it would be like, what the fuck, dude? You're having a state that just, whatever.
People that understand how all that stuff works. I've talked to him before.
Good.
It's a whole science behind it. So now that they're in there, he should get a big bump across the board.
Yeah.
I don't know Mark Zuckerberg, but I don't like the way he drinks water. You see, he takes those little sips when he's being grilled. Have you ever
It's
seen
all
that?
funny stuff. It's just where I'm having fun.
Deplatformed.
Yeah, people can't feed themselves. This is fun.
They're the weirdest little sips of water. I don't trust a person, man, woman, or non-binary creature that takes sips of water.
But you're right, man. The problem is that like the internet, it's so easy now. It's so easy now to go around the mainstream, let's say, media, or even mainstream entertainment. I'm not just talking about
I like
news.
to call them the lamestream media.
Did you just come up with that?
Yeah, but let's.
Okay.
You should trademark.
Trademark it. Make a show.
Cancel the stream.
All right,
Shut the show
that's
down,
it.
make it
Lamestream
private.
media coming on
I want
after
people to
OK
steal
Boomer.
our idea.
OK Boomer, starring Chevy Chase. But it's this isn't like back in the day where most people you had your 3 channels and you watched your fucking news and you went to work in a fucking factory or selling tires or whatever the fuck you're doing. Now it's like, if you're smart enough or you kind of put the effort in, you could be a content creator. Look at what PewDiePie did for himself by himself. Look, you could do it yourself, and I don't think they like that. I don't think they like that they can't.
Yeah,
kind of round everybody up.
I was thinking about that earlier today, just unrelated to all this. Just thinking about how, and I was thinking about last night too, how like decentralized entertainment is now. They're just not making the money. Like, fucking Jack Parr and Steve Allen used to do like a 50 share,
right?
Because there was nothing on at 11 o'clock at night. And, networks branched out, TV became more diversified, but now TV is dying. Like, there's just so many ways for people to, there's not going to ever be like another Johnny Carson, but a lot of people out there have made a comfortable living building an audience and just doing their thing, and they want to take that away. They want it to go back to being centralized so they can make money, and it's
I think
retarded.
I don't think they can.
Water like that. That is just not the way you drink water. When you drink water, it's like, I'm thirsty. I'm going to have some water.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Alexandria in the chat goes, do you think Tulsi planned to say fuck because she thought it was relatable? I always think of that. Whenever a politician curses or does something kind of edgy, I always think like they just did that to look cool.
That's how you drink water.
Show me how he did it.
I'll show you. We'll play the video. It's like this. He's like, he puts this glass up to his mouth, and it like touches the lips of the water.
Wow, they were finally getting into a nice groove talking about tech censorship, and now we have to see how fucking Zuckerberg drinks
It's almost
water.
like it's fucking planned, right?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like a robot. Why? Here we go. Watch this. Look at this. He's a robot pretending to drink. Watch this. What the fuck is happening here? What is happening here? The water didn't move.
I never noticed this before.
Yes, you did.
Barely moved. It barely like
You just want them to take your Facebook ads away too, Tulsi.
slid.
I love that Jamie was
That's
able to
what it
find
is.
that so
Jamie's
fast.
a master.
A master.
Jamie's a master.
So
I could find that in like 2 seconds.
He's a master.
Whoa, is he a hackers?
Was that like just a shot at Redman?
Yeah, is he a hackers?
I feel like that was a shot at Redman.
All you do is you type Zuckerberg water and it
Now,
comes up.
Jamie's a real master compared to that idiot we used to have here. That's what he wanted to say.
Elbow25, is she the most Googled in all searches or just images? That's a very good point.
So
God
Tulsi,
damn.
let me ask you this. From a strategic perspective,
Shut up! Sorry.
all right, do you feel like these moves, like you coming out strong against Google, Facebook, saying that you could break up those types of monopolies, strategically, are you thinking right now, well, maybe that wasn't the best call because, you could have not been so strong against them and played along with them a little bit. Maybe they look at you and go through the list that Joe went through earlier, which is you're a veteran, you're a woman of color, you're from Hawaii, you've got this
Woman of
experience.
color?
Yeah, apparently when you're a coconut, you know what? You're a woman of color.
Congresswoman.
Yeah, Congresswoman, you got all this stuff. They could look at you and go, wow, yeah, she's good. We can get her on our side. And then maybe, increase your chances of getting elected. Then you get elected. And then you go, okay, you know what? I've thought about this. And guess what?
People in the chat are going, why are you here? They're saying it to chat. Good, guys, I'm not the only one that's like, this is killing the entire fucking flow.
Joe helps his buddies out way too much and ruins his own shit.
What? We're not doing it that way, and I'm going to break you guys up. Do you think strategically, or is that just you're the type of person you are? Is like, you know what? I'm just gonna tell the truth from the get go. Is that basically what we're doing?
I'm going to tell
good
the truth and call it straight, no matter what, and no matter who I'm dealing with, because A, that's who I am, and
B, I clearly had acne when I was younger, and I still have the marks on my face.
people are sick and tired of politicians who play this game and do this political dance as they're trying to get people elected and be like, okay, well, if I just say this, or if I just kind of cozy up to these people or these interests, they can help me get elected. And then when I win, then I'm going to do the right thing.
It's a good question. It'd be great if the next question was, okay, Tulsi, well, can men be women? Like, just start grilling her on that stuff?
Well, guess what? When you win, I've got to win the next re-election. That means I need more money from Wall Street. I need more money from Google. I need more money from these guys, so I can't say anything to piss them off just yet. I'm going to wait until I get re-elected. Then that's when I'm really going to start to do the right thing. And I think people across party lines are sick and tired of the same old politicians who say one thing and do another, and instead are looking for real leadership.
Yeah, but that's why Trump won, though. He was supposed to be an outsider who, was going to be different, and then eventually what's already there is going to fucking, like I said, just pull you in,
wrapping its tentacles around you,
and then you just become part of the fucking Borg. That's what it is. You become part of the Borg, and look what they're doing. If you don't want to become part of the Borg, new elections have come up. Trump was elected in 2016. Every single year they've been trying to either nullify or say he wasn't allowed to be in there. You're never going to be allowed to just go in there and do what you want. It's like the old Bill Hicks joke. They show you the JFK video and you're like, all right, what do you need me to do? That's how I feel it works, and I don't mean like literally they're showing you that video.
Literally?
Like literally, bro? Like, it's so stupid, bro. All right, let's read some super chats here. From Side Salad, happy Thanksgiving, and a shout out to judicial magician Harry Anderson for making ends disappear every night. Amanda, $5.
Such a dumb show. It's very good, though. I was
$5. Enjoy your holiday weekend, boys. Much love. Fat Keck Boy Jocko Williams was Chris Kyle's commanding officer in SEAL Team 3 during the Iraq War. Good. Mexi Max and Cheese, I don't know. I don't like Crowder, but I have to give him credit. When he went on the Rogan podcast and Rogan called him a friend, he called that out. Rogan thinks if you had lunch with someone 2 years ago, it makes you BFFs. That is true. I do remember that in that. No, we're friends. We're not friends. Right. Let's. This is the other big thing that was happening. This is the other thing that was happening. So let's go ahead and. So how do you? So you were covering this a little bit. The Onionson, is that how you say it?
Anisian?
Anisian?
Yeah, I think
that's really weird. It's too many vowels. Anisian saga that's going on.
Yeah.
Chris Hansen has interviewed various individuals abused by Anisian.
Yeah, here I'll give some background since this is so deep into the lore now that everybody's kind of like already in the middle of it.
Right.
But for some of our boomer-friendly, boomer-adjacent audience, Anisian is this YouTuber. He's been around for over a decade. He's one of the biggest ones ever. He's slowly just over the years kind of revealed himself to being like probably the worst human being alive.
Okay.
And but a lot of the stuff, like, all right, so there's a lot of stuff coming out now that he's like grooming young fans and he's abusing women and he's doing all these horrible things, which if they are proven to be true, he needs to be thrown into a dark cell and never see the light of day again. But it's starting to turn into this whole cancel culture thing now. And now
Chris Hansen's involved?
clout chasing streamer Chris Hansen is now in the case.
Yeah, Chris, the new content creator, this young up and comer Chris Hansen.
I should let you and our audience know that I did have a conversation with the FBI yesterday. A little bit of breaking news here. And obviously there is evidence that some of the young women have that could very well be of interest to investigators. And contact is being made within the Bureau between the different field offices involved here across the country, including Washington State.
White Bot goes, and the FBI said, Chris, you got to stop calling us.
Yeah.
You got to stop calling us.
You're not one of our agents.
Yeah.
You got to stop coming in here.
Come on, man.
Where a lot of this activity took place. But again, a reminder that
A reminder out there for everyone to write CX in the chat.
It's crime, he says. Yeah, you know, they call me Handsome Chris down at the Bureau. Handsome Chris.
Greg, Jackson, Onision, Kai, apparently were very careful about ages in terms of having young women visit.
It's super weird him reading like YouTube names now.
Sexual relations and everything else.
Mr. Space says Hansen is a fraud. He's an American with a Danish surname. So it's-
You're right.
Are you a fake Chris Hansen?
What many people in these cases don't know, don't think about, aren't aware of, is that the transmission of sexually explicit pictures of people younger than 18 is a federal crime.
Yeah, no, people are aware of that.
Yeah, I think most people.
No, he's making it sound like there's a little secret you don't know in law enforcement. I think people know that.
Do you think there's a single guy right now sitting in a jail cell going, wait, what?
This was illegal?
This is, whoa, because I've made a lot of porn. You're like, sorry, it's been, I think it's always been very clearly and emphatically illegal.
It can either be enticement, it can be the transmission of child pornography. It is a penalty which carries a sentence of 10 years per inmate.
I got a question I want to answer in the chat. Aga said, what the fuck happened with the Ice Poseidon stuff? I'll tell you. Ice Poseidon told him he's not going on his stream, and then Chris Hansen dropped it.
Yep.
Which was very suspect, which is why I did a whole show about how suspect that was.
If it's a video, it's 10 years per frame. So there is a very good chance.
No, it's not. That's not one of the Hansen brothers from the band. They go, wow, the Hansen brothers have an age. Well, it's a different Hansen.
Wait, it's 10 years per frame? But what if I'm doing real high def?
I don't know how it works. If it's 4K?
If it's 4K and it's like 80 frames per second, I mean, that's a lot of frames.
So there's going to be
that's 800 years per second.
And we will keep everybody posted on this.
This caused him to drop the facade. He is no longer giving a fuck. The main reason why he is going ballistic is because of this. A video he never thought would go online where he abused Shiloh.
Shiloh.
Who are these people?
Greg and I decided that this year we'd go for realism, so he took the scissors to my ear in my sleep, and now I'm...
Is this a juggalo?
...bleeding. But, I mean, it's a great look. It's gonna scare all the kids, you know? It hurts a lot, actually.
You know this video's never gonna be online, right? No one will ever know how much I abuse you. It's ridiculous that you think you'll be successful.
It's like it's a very weird, dark world with these people.
Yeah,
and
this is
you know,
odd
you
stuff,
kind of
man.
don't know what's real and what's not in a lot of this
Right.
bullshit. Which is why it's just a very I don't know. I've always been kind of turned off by this entire corner of the internet.
How many times do I have to tell you everything that you want to put online goes through me first? Want some candy corn?
Thanks for watching, guys.
Hey, open your mouth. Open your mouth. Open your mouth.
This seems fake.
It seems fake. But
Maybe
it's-
I'm wrong. I don't know.
It feels fake, but here's the whole thing, right? And it could be real. Either way, this goes back to, remember when we were talking about the Discord leaks from like last year where the dude was talking about like CP with the chick and stuff?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like, and then they were like, we're trolling. It was a goof. And I'm like, I get it, but even if it's fake, who fakes that? Like, you know what I mean? What kind of fucked up person is faking this? It's still weird to me.
Yeah.
No, Greg, I don't want any.
Open your mouth.
I don't want any, Greg. Ow! Ow, that one really hurt. Greg, I'm wearing
that candy
shorts.
corn hurt. That candy corn really hurt.
To me, it's like the idea of like when they do like when you hear stories of like rape porn and all this like simulated rape, and then you go like, and they go, what? It's not like you know they're just acting, and you're like, yeah, but why do you want to watch somebody act like they're being raped?
Right, yeah.
You know, there's still that element of like, but why though? You just can't watch a regular cum shot titty vid.
No.
Like, come on, dog.
Well, we know what Mike's into now.
Oh, that candy corn was like a razor blade. The candy corn hurt, Greg.
As usual, Onyenson reacted to the leak as a mature adult. This is her?
I was
mean
on
him?
my Patreon Discord today.
Patreon.
And you guys went ahead and let me know. Apparently you're sending the FBI after me.
Like everything's a joke to this dude.
I just wanted to let you know how disappointed I am. You know? The FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigations.
This is a bit.
Yeah, because again, the entire internet is trying to get him investigated by the FBI, and they're calling him child groomer. And again, here was my take on it, because I covered this a little bit last night, and somebody was saying, allowing a narcissist like this who abuses women on the internet is wrong. And I'm like, okay, so the overall case here is that he's not good. He's terrible to women and abusive. It's still, I mean, unless somebody does something and a legal agency steps in and goes, hello, you're guilty of a crime, or you're guilty of this. A lot of this, to me, still feels like gay-ass internet mob, like lynch mobs. That's what I feel like this is. And I know T-Clips has concurred with me. There have been a couple other people on Twitter. Dick Masterson concurs that this is kind of... this guy is an absolute piece of shit, like without question. But when we're starting to get into the same argument with England, what's the limit here? What's the limit of taste? What's the limit of good taste? This is disgusting. And you go, well, if he's not like committing crimes, if he is running some weird little sex cult, that's on him. If one of the girls are underage or he's grooming kids and they catch him and the feds get him, great. But right now, everybody's trying to basically burn this man down because he's terrible and unlikable. And that's a kind of a slippery slope for me.
Yeah.
At least it feels that way.
He's married?
He's married to some chick who's a dude, who's a chick who's a dude. Boys
Okay.
who like girls, who like girls, who like boys. Little good Charlotte reference in there for you.
Now you're gonna try and get Mulder and Scully to show up on my doorstep.
So
is this like that Fred kid grown up? Remember that whole Fred thing? Is this the same guy? Am I wrong? No.
He's his big hit was he did this song called "I'm a Banana."
Okay.
That was his.
Okay, I don't know that.
It's
anymore.
this weird
I believe.
millennial post-ironic comedy.
I don't get it.
But that's the thing. Like at the end of the day, that's my issue. And I know Kilo Soul in the chat was like, "You were literally defending him last night, Mersh." Kilo Soul, you're gay. You're retarded. And you're also gay. I wasn't defending him. I absolutely said unequivocally he's a piece of shit. Even if he's faking some of this footage with the abuse and stuff, it's gross. It's fucked up. Anybody who's involved with this guy is probably fucked up. The problem is that you people, you guys out there, are kind of like pushing this culture now where you all get to just whip together a posse and get a lynch mob going and just get everyone canceled before the FBI's had a chance to do anything, before the cops have had a chance. And by the way, you fucking retards, the people out there that go, hey, let's report this guy to the FBI, but let's also get his Discord and his Patreon shut down. You're now actually fucking up the investigation. A lot of times, if you call the feds on somebody and go, all right, this dude probably using his Discord to fuck kids or whatever. They'll go and they'll get a warrant, and then they're gonna watch they're gonna sit on the Discord for a while and see what's going on, and then catch him in the act. But you guys jump the gun, and I like to say, of course, Mersh defends this. You see what we deal with, like the small brains that
Jacob Mueller.
I'm clearly not defending this.
Jacob Mueller, fun fact, Onionson lives in Gig Harbor, Washington. I think that's where Owen lives. They might. I don't know.
But do you see how I clearly am emphatically
So what you're saying
not
is,
defending this
let me get
guy?
this straight. If he's doing something illegal, he should if he's doing what they say that what he's being accused of doing, he should go to jail and he should get time, and he's a piece of shit, and that should happen.
Yes.
However, what you're saying is that this is the same thing that we complain about on the other end of it, which is like, well, we have a process. Let's let the process play out, and then we'll see.
And
we're preemptively canceling somebody when we don't have like a police report or anything to go.
It's the prerequisites for this are now literally just have enough angry people.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I don't like that.
No,
Do
I hear
you
what
like
you're
that
saying.
system? I don't like that system. Just if you can get enough people angry, then you can get people's entire life removed before there's any due process. That makes me uncomfortable. This guy's definitely a piece of shit. It's pretty clear just from his videos. Also, I will say this. As far as him getting his Patreon taken away. Now, I have... reportedly, he actually shared a screenshot of him fighting with some girl, and he didn't blur out the number. That's why I got... And that's... So I'm not even saying that his getting removed from Patreon was wrong. Patreon actually did make the right decision here. He broke their rules directly, and everybody kind of told on him, and that's what got him in trouble. That being said, there are going to be times where people are going to fake it, or somebody didn't really break a rule, and we've seen people that didn't actually break any terms get canceled as well because they're despicable. And that's just how I feel. It's just because somebody's despicable, just because you've decided that somebody's despicable doesn't give you the right to be judge, jury, and executioner. That's all. That's all I'm saying. And if he did something illegal, again, that goes back to my point, like you can't call the feds, right, and go, there's a human trafficking operation going on right across the street. It's an old warehouse. There's a lot of kids and women coming and going. It's a human trafficking thing. It's sex trafficking. It's right across the street. You can't do that and then go across the street and firebomb the place. Because when the feds get there, they're going to go, there's nothing here. What happened? It's cleaned out. Oh, well, we tipped them off. You don't go, hey, we're going to call the feds, and then also tip the guy off that you fucking called the feds. These people are just trying to ruin a guy at all costs. And I don't
Well,
like
again,
that.
I don't really know a lot about. I have to be honest. Like, I don't know a lot about this other than the video that I just watched and a couple things that I saw last night. So I don't know what he did or didn't do. Look, I'll be clear. If this guy fucking did something that was abusive or he was doing stuff that was illegal or
get
grooming,
him.
he should go to jail. That's an easy one for me to say. He should go to fucking jail. He should absolutely go to jail if he did those things. My thing is that I don't know. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. I'm just being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know enough. I don't know enough about this.
The problem
you
is,
know?
is you've all decided in your infinite legal wisdom that he's already done these things.
Mm-hmm.
You have all the proof. You are now the jury. You're now the judge. Convict him. Get all this shit taken away. I don't like that, man. Let's ruin his life, but let's do it the good old fashioned U.S. of A way. Let's put him through the system.
Right. So we're no matter what somebody did, we are kind of going around the actual process that's in the books. Like we're just going by like a video that Chris Hansen made with somebody or somebody saying something instead of actually going through like, okay, well, let's find out. Let's have him investigated. Let's see what he did. Let's have some proof. And honestly, what do you guys think is going to hurt him more? Like having his Patreon taken away, or if what he did, going to jail for many years? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that to me is more justice than, well, now you can't have a Patreon. I'm like, well, I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like, going through the process, and it sucks and it's uncomfortable, right? Like, I'll say this, going to by what you said, it is uncomfortable. There's a lot of situations where innocent until proven guilty is really uncomfortable. It's one of those situations where you're like, he totally did, but you have to have that because there's a lot of cases like you can't selectively enforce that. You know what I mean? You can't. And again, I don't know. Again, I want to be clear. I'm talking as a whole here. I don't even know what this guy did, but innocent until proven guilty can be really uncomfortable a lot of times. But when you're going behind the back or figuring out, what happened, like it's a great example. Like what happened just right now with Syria. Now it's coming out that they're finding out that Syria. I mean, now there's more conclusive evidence that Iraq or Iran didn't do those chemical attacks, and now we almost went to war over that. I think it's kind of you kind of got to have that system. It's an uncomfortable system sometimes. There's sometimes where somebody looks really, really bad, but I think that we shouldn't put the cart before the horse. You know what I mean? Because then you know what you get? You get what happened to Louis C.K., which is fucked up. Like, that's putting the cart before the horse. That guy was completely depersoned, and then it came out, and, you find out that, well, the girls actually had consent, and blah, 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 blah. And, you might think he's a creep, and it might be something creepy for him to do. And I'm not saying this guy isn't a fucking terrible person, but I can tell you this, the FBI isn't investigating, Louis C.K., so let's see what comes of it. I mean, that would be my take on this. Like I said, I don't know enough about this. I don't even know how to pronounce the guy's name. I don't really get into this kind of internet stuff.
Why don't you do that? Why don't you do like a new column like every week, like Andy Rooney?
Right.
You'd be like, I'm Royce Lopez, and that's my Dos Pesos.
Exactly. I like that. We just like nothing.
Back to you, Ron.
$2.
And it just goes back to some old stuffy white guy in a studio.
Right. And again, look, more stuff might come out. We'll fucking see. But I think what we're talking about is we're talking about cancel culture as a whole and how quickly it goes into action because of anything.
And you're all guilty of it.
Right.
So stop it. No, it's okay. We need to get this leftist for saying that 9/11 firefighters were homos. And you're like, no, I'm not. I'm not getting them kicked off of a thing for that. I don't agree that 9/11 firefighters are homos, but he's allowed
some
to.
of them might have been.
But I'm saying you should be allowed to say that 9/11 firefighters are homos and also have a Patreon account. This is how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't jump on that bandwagon, but hey, everybody's got their own thing.
Right. So again, I don't know what he did. We'll see what happens if Chris Hansen really does have stuff and he sent it to the FBI or somebody did. I'm sure more stuff will come out of it. But like we said, what happened to Ice Poseidon? They took his computers, they never get it back, and he's,
well, I
he's
think
fine.
I know what happened with that,
Well, I know there's guesses, but we don't really know. Anyway,
Get out of here.
Yeah, we got to get out of here. We went over a little bit here. We did. We went over a little bit here. And you know, man, that I get it. Innocent until proven guilty isn't fucking always comfortable, but it's kind of one of those, in some cases, a necessary evil, right? Like, because you would want that presumption. Everybody listening now that's screaming would want that presumption, you know? I know I would. You know what I mean? I mean, we got called hardcore white supremacists on the by the SPLC with absolutely no proof that we are.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't want to get everybody that's unlikable kicked off the internet. I happen to be pretty unlikable.
You are very unlikable.
You know?
All right, guys, that's it. Wow, we went a little late today. Let me make sure I read any of these donations. $20 from Sebastian. Keep fighting the good fight, lads. I've had my Twitter permanently suspended, and I feel your struggle. You boys have been part of my inspiration to start up my own show. Mashallah, brothers. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We will be back on Monday. I don't know if we're going to be on the main channel Monday yet, because, again, we got hit on Monday, and I don't know if it's 7 days. It counts the entire day Monday or like to the hour when it happened.
Yeah, we'll see.
So we're going to be live.
We'll be back.
But subscribe here. We'll be back Monday somewhere, and hopefully be back on the main channel on Tuesday. So we'll see. Even though it kind of does suck because this one is monetized, which is kind of cool for the little bit. But we got to go back to the main channel. This has been a nice little oasis. We've had some fun. And again, I'll repeat, dlive.tv/Revenge of the Cis. Just sign up for it now and subscribe. That's all you got to do. You don't have to watch every day. Maybe you will never need it. But in case you do, you're going to be glad that you were there to continue watching this show. And if you want to help us out, patreon.com/we're-not-sorry and newproject2.com/Revenge of the Cis. You get the first 250 episodes just for you. I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Seriously, sincerely. There's a lot of people that listen to our show. There's a lot of people that like us, and there's a lot of people that hate us. Putting all that aside, enjoy yourself this Thanksgiving. Don't be a fucking dick at Thanksgiving dinner. Appreciate the people you have around you. I think that's important because you're never going to know when they're not there, and you want to have a good time with people. Actually try to be thankful instead of being cynical. I know it's difficult sometimes. But hope you guys do have a happy Thanksgiving, and we will be back on Monday with Revenge of the Cis. Take care, guys. Bye.